All right, we are here in Palenque. Taxi driver just dropped us off. One of these buildings is our Airbnb, so we're just waiting on our host to come out and meet us.
Gracias.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. To town. My partner Juan Carlos is calling a taxi for you guys. No problem. You're welcome.
We're both so tired. The bus ride took forever. We didn't get much sleep last night, but the views on the way were amazing. I mean, the mountains, before that the southern Gulf Coast and the Campeche state, and then beautiful green lands with trees and thick foliage mixed with like rolling green hills and lakes, rivers, and then on top of that when we hit the mountains it was amazing. So we went through Tabasco and now Chiapas, so 6 Mexican states now that we visited. This area and this state in general, Chiapas, is going to be the most affordable so far. For instance, this Airbnb we're staying at, we booked a whole week here, and it was just $17 US a night. It's way nicer than we thought. It's very big. There's a balcony. It's not too far from town. And on top of that, the taxi ride here was only 30 pesos, which is below average in the Yucatan Peninsula. So yeah, hopefully the food is also pretty affordable.
Yeah, I know, I'm hungry, so
yeah.
We have to go find a place to eat right now.
Here, the agua fresca, oh, sí. Y, dos quesadilla queso?
De puro queso.
Solo queso, sí. Alright guys, so we're here at Choppa Taco, right in the heart of Palenque. Check out all these sauces we got in this really cool little display. We got some pastor tacos, it was 5 for 50 pesos. We got all these, and we got some cheese quesadillas. Gotta get that lime all over these pastor tacos. Okay, you want everything on there, right?
Yeah.
Pineapple on there?
Oh my god, it looks like it, yeah.
Okay, well, why not, right? More the merrier. Go all in, as long as we can close it. This is how you beat the heat here in Palenque. It's 100 degrees Fahrenheit currently. But we got these popsicles, and somehow they were only 5 pesos each. I'm not sure, that's really affordable. But mine's coconut flavored.
Mine's cantaloupe.
Yep, and they're really good.
I just dripped some on your shirt.
All right, so today we are going to Misol-Ha Waterfall. It's the tallest waterfall around Palenque. It's a work day for us, so we have until about 4 p.m. But we wanted to go do it today because it's about to start raining tomorrow. It's gonna rain for the next 3 or 4 days. And even though we're here for a week, we've heard that the waterfalls get a lot more murky after the rain, obviously. So we want to at least see one before the rain starts. So we're gonna catch a Colectivo. Where's the Colectivo going? What's the name of that town?
Ocosingo.
Ocosingo.
We just arrived at Misol-Ha in the parking lot. It's not even a third of a kilometer to get here. It's such an easy walk, but it's absolutely gorgeous. Oh my god, look at this. Alright guys, we were just told that the movie Predator was filmed out here, and he was showing us photos of the filming and like them getting costumes ready and stuff right down here by the waterfall. That is so freaking cool. I had no clue.
Get to the chopper!
Ready to swim?
Yes. It's hot now, so
Yeah, it's really hot.
I think it'll be easy.
100 degrees today.
I don't know if I'll come back home.
Beautiful.
The trail that leads behind the waterfall is so gorgeous. It's a paved path with a lot of steps that goes through the jungle, and then you slowly meander your way back behind the waterfall. It's absolutely gorgeous. We've been really looking for these jungle vibes, and we got a lot of it right here today.
Mexico and the goodbye towns, indigo eye, follow me around, trade and trade.
Okay guys, so we just paid 10 pesos at the back of the waterfall to go into a cave that's underwater, like just the trail is underwater, but just by a few inches, maybe half a foot. And we're gonna go explore in this cave with water gushing around us and right behind the waterfall. It's so cool. This is awesome.
This is the most insane experience.
There's a waterfall in this cave. There's bats flying around. The water is crystal clear, but without the lights, it's pitch black.
Okay, let's turn the lights off. Ready?
All right, yep, 3, 2, 1. Don't fall.
Oh. Oh my gosh, guys, this is insane. We are listening to howler monkeys right now, right outside of our bathroom window because it's open.
And it's like 2 in the morning and they sound like something out of Lord of the Rings.
It's insane. They're called howler monkeys, but it literally sounds like they're like growling.
All right guys, perks of staying in the jungle. Yesterday we had a really small little salamander on our wall, but he looked like he needed to regenerate his tail and feet, so we were just like, whatever.
He looked pretty messed up, so we didn't want to.
And now tonight we got another visitor. He's a bit bigger.
He's a lot bigger.
But I feel like we don't mess with him, he don't mess with us. Everybody's happy. Right, buddy? All right, guys. So today we are going to head to the Palenque Ruins. We're still trying to race this storm. Supposedly later today, about 3 p.m., it's going to start storming, and it's going to be storming for the next 2 days. Tomorrow is a 100% chance precipitation. Thunderstorms and rain all day. You ready to go, Lauren?
Yep, I'm ready to go see these ruins. Hopefully see some monkeys, because last night I kind of really want to know what they look like in person. If you're wondering the best way to get to and from the ruins, I would recommend just using the regular colectivos that you can find in town. They mostly pick up from the roundabout at the Audio bus station. You'll see a lot of colectivos that just say ruins in the front dashboard, so you can easily flag them down. And on the way back, the same thing goes. They'll honk their horn and say Centro, and you can hop on. We paid 20 pesos per person.
80 pesos por persona para lo que es ya la zona arqueológica.
Oh, I guess we had to come get this.
So before entering the park, we had to go and wash our hands and get our temperature checked and just say that we understood the admission prices for the national park.
Gracias.
Do you want a guide maybe?
Not today. Thank you. This is definitely one of my favorite ruin sites so far because of the jungle vibe and how it's like immersed in the valleys of the mountains. You can't currently climb on them, but honestly, that doesn't even take away from the fact that it's so gorgeous here and unlike any of the other ruins that we've seen.
There's a sign here that says the original name of Palenque was La Camha, meaning the place of the great waters, because there was 56 springs and 9 waterfalls in this area. Right behind this is a big aqueduct, and the water is super clear and beautiful here. And this was because controlling the water was essential to prevent the collapse of a lot of these structures. There's a lot of ingenious architecture behind these things, these Mayan structures. The reason they were built certain ways, it's all so very well thought out. Every last detail. It's really unbelievable.
Right behind me is the Temple of the Skull. This is so cool. That name is really legit. Sounds like something out of an Indiana Jones movie, but then again, this whole place looks like something out of an Indiana Jones movie.
So unfortunately right now, a lot of the side trails are blocked off. They have people waiting on the beginning and the end of sort of this circle trail that won't let you turn back around. So you have some maneuvering room in between. But once you reach the end, you can't really turn back around. There's also a waterfall here, but we're not allowed access to that at the moment either. It's still, just seeing the place is amazing in general. It is disappointing that they have a lot of it blocked off. Alright guys, we're gonna go check out Agua Azul. It's one of the most popular waterfalls around. It translates to blue water. But
Yep.
we're hoping it'll be actually blue because of all the rain recently.
And here's our tour bus.
Yep, we're taking Tulum tours because including all the fees, it's about the same price. But it's basically just a collectivo bus you can take. So yeah, we'll keep you guys updated. Hola.
We arrived at Agua Azul. It is very beautiful here. The water isn't as blue as we had hoped it would be because it just recently rained. We took a tour company here called Tulum Transportada Turística, and it was 350 pesos a person, but it included your entrance into Agua Azul, your entrance into Misol-Ha, transportation there and back.
If you get car sick, I would recommend renting a car or just hiring a taxi to take you all the way out here, because the collectivo and the tour buses, it is a bit like a roller coaster, just kind of weaving through the mountain, ascending, descending. There's lots of road construction. A lot of people go fast. There's people passing and very little shoulder. So yeah, it's quite a fun ride out here. I'm not sure how it is if you're coming from San Cristobal, but I'll let you know because tomorrow we're actually going all the way to San Cristobal from Palenque.
The waterfalls here feel never ending. You keep walking up and up and up, and the waterfalls just keep continuing up. There are a ton of vendors here selling food, fruit, clothes, souvenirs. There's actually quite a few restaurants. We're probably gonna eat here because we're pretty hungry. And then also bathrooms as well. So everything you need when you get here, you'll have access to.
I see lots of kids who seem to live right along the water. Just imagine growing up here. You know, they just play outside every day with all these waterfalls and all this beautiful jungle scenery around. But then of course they have tourists coming down with cameras and stuff and just like, you know, mouth open and all. I bet it must be an interesting childhood to say the least.
We are outside of Maya Canada, and it's a restaurant here in Palenque that serves this fruit that's native to Chiapas called chapaya. And once it's cooked, it kind of resembles a meaty-like flavor and texture. So it's a really odd fruit, and we're really excited to try it out. Some people say it tastes more like a vegetarian burger patty. Dos barrita vegetariana con chapaya.
Howler monkeys in the trees. Pretty cool, right? That was so cool watching the howler monkeys right here in town. So it looks like the howler monkeys just went to sleep after eating for a while. Apparently they sleep about 15 hours a day, which I guess is good for all the residents, so you don't have to hear it 24/7. For us it's cool, but I guess if you live here all the time. It's funny, the baby's still kind of moving around and the parents are just sleeping, so it's dead quiet now. Because I think the dad is the one that makes all the noise. Speaking of monkeys, look at this little domesticated monkey right here. Buenos dias from day 6 in Palenque town. A little bit about this town, it's actually really awesome and it's the perfect example of why you can't just follow one travel site. Like for instance, we follow Lonely Planet, we have for years, but they take a major L when talking about this place. So here's what they said. I got it screenshot on my phone because that's how badly it annoyed me. They're talking about the ruins, and then they say, by contrast, modern Palenque town, a few kilometers to the east, is a sweaty, humdrum place without much appeal, except as a jumping off point for the ruins and a place to find internet access. They completely, in that page, neglect to mention anything about all the waterfalls that are also around this area. They also didn't mention that Palenque is a pueblo mágico. That's like towns that Mexico's tourism board designates as like significant in some way or special, like culturally significant, historically significant, amazing nature or food, things like that. And we think it's absolutely awesome. You've got so many different vibes here in town. You got streets like this full of cafes and hotels. They're really wide open, almost more of like a Tulum type vibe. Then you've got super busy market streets, some of the busiest we've seen in Mexico so far, that people have compared to like Guatemala, with how much produce and just line the streets with markets. And then you have like a bustling main area where there's of course the typical main square that you always find in Mexico. And there's also tons of rooftop bars and a lively night scene. So many good restaurants. So there's so many cool things this area is known for, and it's just a perfect example of why you need to get a second opinion if you read something about an area and it sucks. But one thing that's been working for us is if it's listed as a Pueblo Mágico by Mexico's tourism board, so far all the ones we've seen are absolutely amazing. I think there's somewhere around 130 total in Mexico. Take their word for it. If you see something that's a Pueblo Mágico, it's gonna be worth the detour or the special trip out there.